What you can see is some footage that I took on my flight with Ayers helicopters, and we're approaching an incredible experience, which is Kata Tjuta. So, what happened in terms of its formation is when this huge slab of rock was being folded and faulted, vertical joints or fractures cracked through the rock. Water seeped down the cracks, and then over millions of years, that rock eroded away, the grain by grain, pebble by pebble, to form the valleys and gorges that split the rock slab into blocks. Curved cracks called topographic joints formed on the surface of the blocks, and then the weathering and erosion wore away the rocks above the cracks to produce the rounded domes that we see today. It's an incredible experience flying over it. The Onu name the collection of domes Kata Tjuta, and that means many heads. 550 million years ago, the Petermann Ranges to the west of Kata Tjuta were much, much taller than they are now. It is believed they may have even been as high as the Himalayas. Rainwater flowing down the mountains eroded the sand and rock and dropped it into big fan shapes on the surrounding plain. One fan had mainly water smoothed rocks, the other fan was mainly sand. So both fans became kilometers thick over millions of years of these sediments washing down. So 500 million years ago, the area became covered in sea. Sand and mud covered the seabed, including the fans. The weight of the new seabed turned both it and the fans beneath into rock. The rocky fan became a conglomerate rock that you can see today, and the sand fan turned into sandstone. Now we're about, say, 400 million years ago. The sea disappeared, the whole of Central Australia began to be subjected to these massive forces. Some rocks folded and tilted, the rocky fan tilted slightly, and the sand fan tilted 90 degrees. So the layers of sandstone almost stood on their end. So you're also getting other events happening through this broader bracket of time. This is the Alice Springs orogeny as well. So over the last 300 million years, the softer rocks have eroded away, leaving the parts of the old fans exposed. So Kata Tjuta is the hard part of the old rocky fan, is the conglomerate. Uluru is part of the sand fan, with its beds of sandy, nearly vertical sediments that you can see. So they're different parts of the process of erosion from the Petermann mountains. Kata Tjuta, being closer, has those larger type boulders in it. So they're the tips of huge slabs of rock that continue below the ground for possibly up to 6 kilometers. Kata Tjuta is just spectacular from the air. Again, highly recommended. Take a flight with Ayers helicopters. Seeing it from that vantage point is remarkable.